Hello and welcome to this little tutorial. In the beginning in Anyland, you're born onto a rock in outer space. To get started, just tap with your finger onto your ring and it will open the main dialog. For instance, you can create here, or you can jump right away into other areas. You can see your friends, you can go to some settings. Let's start by creating something for this tutorial. I hit create thing like this, and now I have several base shapes here and I can page through even more of them. And you see your little white dot here. If you drag out a shape by clicking with a dot into the shape, just like this, you can see your creation starts forming. Maybe I want to create a table. So I hold both fingers in mid-air and press the trigger on both, and this is how I resize into any direction. So this will be my little table, and there's a color pen here. If I hold and click, I can drag it out, and then I can choose a different color, maybe brown. I just click the color and then click the table to paint it. Now I want to have some table legs. To clone this shape, I just hold it and I drag out with my other hand, and that creates a little clone. I resize again, stretch it, and then I can position it here. But I want the angles to be better aligned, so I turn around the main dialog and there's something called snap angles here. You can also click snap position, and now if I drag and let go, you can see it's all perfectly aligned. And even when I drag out another table leg, it's also perfectly aligning. Now I hit done here. This is not perfect, but it's enough for this tutorial. And when I hit done, I have a complete object. And now when I pick it up, you can see it moves the whole object. If I want to edit this again, I need to press the context laser, let go, and there you will see something called edit clone. This means your original creation is still there, but you will now create a spin-off. For example, I want to disable snap angles now, and maybe I want to give this a proper name, table. So I click on the keyboard here, then I just enter table, hit done, and maybe I want some texture for the wood as well. I pick up the color pen again, and you can see 4 material tabs here. This is the main one, and this is the material tab. So now I can page through the different effects, and maybe I like this one. I pick a green color. Probably not something I want for wood. Let me try again. What about this one? Okay, I like this a bit better. And I have a bunch of options here where I can use my finger clicked in mid-air to adjust, and you can find more tutorials on all these different options. Now I hit save again. It saves my little table. And now if I click inside the table and again move out with the other hand, I just clone the table. If I want to delete again, I just move my finger inside and press the delete button, and you will find an explanation of the controller mapping as well. Always click the info eye here to get to that. So I'm happy with my table. I even have an inventory in my bag, which is always carried with me, and anything I see in the world, whether it be my object or somebody else's, I just put the finger behind my back, hold the trigger and pull out the inventory, and now I can pick up the table. It will be a mini version here, and then later I can just grab it and place it anywhere where I have edit rights. Now One thing you may want to do right away in your area is to bring up the sun, because it's quite dark here. You have a little headlight, so that helps you to see everything, but to get an even better view, just click on the mountain and sun icon here, and you have a couple of shapes here. If you rotate this one, you will bring up the sun. There we go. And just let go, and you can close the dialog again. Now you have a sunnier area. And I also want to increase the size of the ground, so I just context laser it, and we already saw I have added clone here. And as usual, hold both fingers and just stretch like this and like this. And now I have a nice little big platform. I save again. And maybe that's enough for this very quick tutorial. You will find a lot of in-depth tutorials on the different building aspects, and there's a lot. But for now, let's just visit another area. Hit the ring dialog again and click on areas here. And then you will see an overview of different types of areas. There's an area called the future, there's Blue Castle, there's Fezzi's home. Let's go to Fezzi's home. So I just teleported to this area, and to move, I just press the teleport button anywhere on the ground and I let go. And to rotate myself, I can also click on the controller like this. Now, a couple of objects you can actually pick up if they're set to be holdable. For example, this gun. And then I can shoot it like this. And I can press delete again to let go. And this area also has a lot of scripts. For instance, if I click this button here, the garage door will open. Since I'm editor, I can also move the furniture here and persistently delete stuff. Whenever you want to permanently delete things or move them, make sure you click the change things button so that it's glowing, and then you will also see your ring glowing here. So let me try this one. And I moved the ladder. In this case, I want to undo it again. There's a little undo button here so that it's where it was placed. Sometimes you will see other people being listed here. For example, there's one person in Zulku's home. So if I go there right now, then I'm able to voice chat with them. Hello. And here I'm in my home area. Let me show you how to create something that can be picked up by others in your area when they visit. Hit create thing. Let's create a little cup of coffee, for instance. Maybe like this, and I want a little handle as well. Let me use this one. I clone it, I rotate it. Like this. It's not as nice as I would usually do it, but this is sufficient for now. And you can see the ... options right here. Click them and click on holdable. Now when I save and I make sure again that change things is not turned on, this means I will experience the area as a non-editor would. Now I can just take a copy, let go again, let go again. Now, maybe I want a little bit of behavior for this. I context laser the cup again. I hit edit clone as usual. And this time I will context laser this part. And you can see the animation and scripting menu here. For instance, I can say by clicking the keyboard, when consumed, then maybe play a sound. Play. Do we have something like drink? I will search. Then play drink sip. Here's a preview. And I will pick this. and I hit the X and I hit done. And now when I move this here, we can hear a little drinking sip. Let me edit this again. I will go to the options again, and I will also use shatters. This way, when I throw it, we can see it automatically breaks. Now I will switch on change things so I can delete this. Now let me show you how to do an animation. I hit create thing again. Let's drag out a simple cube and let's paint it in cyan. I context laser the cube again, and we have only one cell active right now. We click the second one. Now we have 2 cells, and in the second cell I will use red as a color, and I will stretch it a bit. I will move it a bit. So now you can see we have 2 different cells for this animation. How to get from the first cell to the next? Well, we can decide. For example, we can say when touched, then become next cell. And to do that, just click on the keyword again and we say when touched, then become. You can always just hit the auto completion or type here, then become next, and I click in 1 second. Next always refers to the next active cell, or if you're at the last cell, it will jump back to the start. So for the second cell, we will say when starts, then become next in 1 second. So to recap, when touched, then become next, and this one, when starts, then become next, which is the first. So let's try this. I reset to the first cell by clicking here, and now I touch it, and you can see it smoothly transitions between the cells, just like I just scripted it. If I hit done, I saved it persistently, and now I can create a lot of copies of this. Now, when you're starting in Anyland, you don't actually have a body, you only have these little body spheres. But to give yourself a body, you just drag anything from the world which you created or somebody else created onto your head or body parts while you're looking at the me mirror. So let's open the me mirror, and this is my current body, but I will just delete it like this. Just click and hit delete. And now let's create a new thing, and we'll make this a very quick alien face. Like this. Position it next to me. I hit the me button again. Pick it up. Just put it onto my head body sphere. And that's all. During creating something, you have a lot of options. Always hit ... to see them. You can change physics, you can make something invisible, you can make it climbable, you can allow others to clone it. Just page through the options to see all of them. And if you context laser it, you also have another ... options menu. For example, you can make something liquid, you can make it uncollidable, use it as a sky, and a lot of options. One interesting one is you can turn anything into a screen. Let's take this shape, context laser it, ... screen, just say is screen. And now when I save this, and anybody who context lasers it will now see a video and a web button. If I click on video like this, can find videos, and I can just play them back on the surface. And the surface can be as big as you want, so you can have a giant cinema screen if you like. Another interesting thing you can do is to change the points of a base shape. Just context laser it as usual. We already know the color pen here. This one is the points picker. So if I pick it up, I have a little tweezer here, and the nearest point to the tweezer can adjust like this. So I hope you enjoyed this little tutorial, and you can find many more videos by clicking the I here. And if you have any questions, we have a forum system. Just click on the speech bubble here, and there's a help forum. Just click on help to see all the questions asked right now. And there's a new topic button here. Just click on it, and then you can enter your question, and we will get back to you. Bye bye.